Hello and welcome back, everybody. Hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, and I hope your New Year's was pleasant as well. Today we want to get some work done over here on the castle. Specifically, we want to get all of these internal towers built up, finished, and done. I think you guys know what time it is. Let's cue the music and jump into a time lapse. Let's go. Hello everybody. Before we go any further in this video, I just wanted to address the fact that it's been a few months since my last upload. And while I could make some excuses for that, the truth is I was getting burnt out on Minecraft and I needed a break. So I took one. So, I am back now, and I am looking to finish up my base here. So, I need to do something with that. I just noticed that hang on. I just noticed that I still have the andesite visible from this side. I need to put the black stone arch in on the back side to get rid of that. However, I'm looking to finish up some of the more detail-y parts of this build. As you see from the time-lapse, the towers are all done. That is good, but we have a little bit of work to do yet. And I am going to do that on today's episode. So, where do we start? Well, we are going to start in the storage room. This is very bare. It's not staying this way. It was never supposed to stay this way, and I've left this for far too long. What is going to happen is I'm going to enclose all of this, so where the ends of the chests are, like right there, we're going to be building in a wall all the way around to enclose all of the redstone-y bits and all the stuff you don't need to see. And we'll figure something out on how to signify what is in each chest. So, I'm going to get started on that. And here we have the storage room. This wall looked just a little bit too plain, so I threw a couple of paintings on it. Not super thrilled with this, might have to work on this a little bit more. You see along the top here, I have some dark oak trapdoors. That's because, well, I have some torches in behind there to make sure bad things can't spawn on the flat blocks up top for the redstone stuff. So that's just to make sure those torches can stay there and I don't have to worry about spawns up there. All right. So up here we have 2 item frames over here for the miscellaneous chests. And then wherever I could, I just put the block that I'm storing there. Obviously, we're not storing blocks of diamonds. We're storing individual diamonds and things like that for emeralds and lapis as well. Where I couldn't use full blocks, I just used item frames with items in it. Now, we still have more to do. We have quite a bit that needs to be done around here. So, I'm looking specifically now at the gate. The trim was always supposed to come up and around the top of this ledge here, and I never got around to that. So, that's the next chore. Let's get that done, and we will see that when it's done. And here we are. The trim around this platform is done. I'll show you what it looks like from the front. Whoop. There we go. Just something to tie it in so it doesn't look so out of place. And of course we did it up there as well. Now, one more thing in this dining room area. That is a professional landing. We're not going to question it. All right. The walls just look a little bit too plain here. And I think what we need is we need some art on the walls behind there and maybe a little bit around these dining room tables here. So ignore the fact that I'm putting my dirty boots on the table, and we're going to try and decorate the interior of this room just a little bit more. And here we have it. And honestly, I'm not really great at interiors, but a little bit of art, some flower pots there. I think it livens it up just enough that I can live with this. I still have some bare sections of walls, but you don't really see them from too many positions with those pillars in the way. Maybe you do a little bit. I may have to come up with something for over there, but for now, we're going to call this done, and we are going to move on. Where are we moving on to? Well, we are moving on to here. We have a little bit to deal with here. And we had a name suggestion by Leeg, and we're going to go ahead and rename them. This one is Shirley. And this one is Thud. Now, as I mentioned before, we have a little bit of a problem with Thud. I don't like any of these trades. Now, I don't know if it'll get any better if we sort of replace him, but we're going to try. We're going to see if we can get a little bit better of a trade out of the Master Toolsmith. So, we have to get a lava bucket, and we're going to start redoing him. Well, after Thud the 10th, I gave up. And I gave up for a rather interesting reason. I had a bit of a revelation. It doesn't matter what enchantments are on these. I'll just hit them with a grindstone, and I'll do whatever enchantments I want, because I am going to have a whole bunch of books coming from these guys. So, what I did want to get, and make sure I got the cheapest value on, was these things right here. Flint. 1 for 1 emerald. And why, do you ask? Well, because I have a lot of flints. These all came from trading gravel with this guy. So I really turned 10 gravel and an emerald into 10 emeralds. So that's a net of +9. So this is how many emeralds I will have when all of that is done. It was at this point that he realized he should have been doing villager trading from the start of the world. So with that all said and done, what else should we do? Well, we got some more stuff on the agenda. And for starters, one thing I want to do is I want to look at the towers. All right, if you look at the towers, they're done, right? I mean, obviously we ought to bring the ground up for those ones, but the towers themselves are done. At least the exterior is. I want to put some things in the interior. I want to make it look like these towers are actually used. To have storages down here and things like that. Oh, another thing is, these holes are not going to be here. They are going to be covered up. The only ones you're going to be able to access from ground level are the main towers, with these two, and then the two at the back there along the back wall. And that is for a defensive situation. So if somebody did manage to break through, you wouldn't want them to be able to come up on any tower they wanted. They should have to come up on your terms. So That is why this would all be sealed in, and then down here would be like a bit of a storage room for weapons and chests and things like that. So we're going to go around and we're going to fill in all of the towers with some interior stuff. Then we have to, oh, if I can stick that landing, I doubt it. There we go. Okay. These towers here, as you can see, we carried them all the way down. We did all the trim. Yay. One more thing we have to do, though, is we have to make the entrance from the towers into the dungeon. Because if you remember, when I built this dungeon back here, and I have to clean up those chests, this entrance is temporary. It is going to be sealed off. The entrances are going to be coming in through the towers only. So, and then we got a little more interior work in here to do as well. So, I'm going to start getting work on all of that, and we will see how far I can get. All right, and here we are. Down here, I have all the chests. I have armor rack here for the guys who might need to come in down here and get some armor. And in here, we have filled these chests with arrows. And we've done that with all 4 corner towers. How is that possible so quickly, you asked? Well, anything is possible when you're willing to lie. No, we only have this one tower done so far, but we will be filling the chests in with arrows in all 4 corner towers. The 4 internal towers, however, they do have chests, but we're not going to be putting arrows into this. Those chests will probably put things like food and stuff like that. Things that would be useful for the army, but would not be immediately useful to an invading army, as they would be able to just charge right up, and you wouldn't want them to be able to just stop there and grab any armaments to help them kill you if they manage to get onto your wall. So we're going to continue with all of that, and we will see what that is when it is done. But now, I want to have a quick conversation with you guys about 2 little details around the castle. So, up here, I've let this one oxidize. This is, of course, oxidized cut copper stairs. And I've let this one... I've been keeping this one cleaned as much as possible. You got a few little there. Personally, I like the look of that copper better, but I want your guys' opinion. Do you like that one better, or do you like that one better? The other thing is along the back wall here, way back, once upon a time when I first built all of these walls, I set this up. This vertical... what is that? Mushroom light. It was always supposed to be temporary, but the more I look at it, the more it actually starts to grow on me. So I want your guys' opinion on that too. I might just finish off the trim like that, like these pillars here. I might just finish that off up there and leave the shroom lights there. So let me know what you guys think about those 2 little details there. And in the meantime, I am going to keep working on the interior of all of these towers. Well, I got into a little bit of a groove, and I got busy here. So, let's show you the progress I have made. First off, these towers up here. Whoop. Let's do a good proper grand reveal. Interiors are done. Did the interiors of these the same way I did the exterior towers. And you can come all the way up here. And of course, you can use these windows to gaze out to the sunset or the sunrise, or maybe just gaze out into the ocean, because that is now an option. We have a floor here for that. So you can keep going up. And of course, you'll come out at the top like everything else. So both of this tower and that tower is done like that. Then, if we continue to move back... Oh, look at that. I didn't make that landing. That's okay. Whoop. Because down here, we have another tower, and this tower is done. So we can come up there and go across, or we can go all the way down. And when you go all the way down, I'm just going to drop, because it's a little bit of a hike. You'll notice here, right now I have no iron door here. I have to put it back. I'm just leaving that off for demonstration purposes, because this button is the only way to get in. This is, of course, the dungeon, so even if the prisoners did manage to overrun the guards in there, you wouldn't want them to be able to get out. And the idea is that somebody would have to be here to open up the door for shift change. So, go in. We got the dungeon here. I'll touch that on a second. And this is what it's going to look like from the inside on that other tower. Again, there's no way to activate this door from inside. This is the table for the food for all of the guards. This is not the prisoners' food. The prisoners will get to smell all of this delicious food while they get served gruel. So, these towers are nice and done. We will, of course, seal that off once again. Whoop. There we go. And see? Open up and go in. Just don't go in if you don't have a way out, because there is no other way out. Awesome. And up we go. Oh, almost overshot it. And the beautiful sunset. Then down here we have, okay, this building's textured a little bit. I'm going to hang like a flower pot there, but I have to, or it's detailed a little bit. I have to texture it a lot better because from a distance, you don't even notice these details. But this is the Castle Alchemist. So you got some ingredients on the table here. He's got some potions up there ready to give out or sell. And then those would be his storages for his ingredients and stuff like that for while he's working. And finally, over here, we have the stables. And if you'll notice, inside the stables is my little skeleton horse. Hey, buddy, how are you today? And we'll close him back in there so he doesn't go running away on me. All right. Lots and lots of progress here has been made. And with that, guys, we are going to call it an episode there. I know this one is a little bit shorter, but I needed to get it out. And if you notice where we are stopping here, we are inside the villager trading hall. That really only has 5 villagers in here, and we're going to change that. This Sunday, coming up after this video is released, starting at 5 p.m. my time, I'm going to do this on a live stream over on twitch.tv. You can find the link to my profile down in the description below. So if you want to see that, you can come and say hi and chat while we do this. I will be letting chat name the villagers as I put them in. And of course, I'll leave a link to my schedule page as well. It will show you the time in your local time as well, so that you can plan accordingly. Thank you for those who came out and watched today's episode. I truly appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content, because I will be doing more, of course. And I will see you on the next episode. Sayonara, everybody.